Alright guys, we don't come again. On this one, now Senator King Ireti Ibe, now he can't finish Wike in totality. He don't come out now can't tell Bola Ahmed Tinubu say the biggest mistake you have ever made amongst all your selected ministers. Now, yes, Wike. How Wike they suppress, oppress, and intimidate people for FCT. Senator Ireti Kingibe go tell us everything. Then she went on by saying why she left Labour Party and preparing in a mega style to move to ADC. Let's take this whole thing together, guys.
And what exactly is at the heart of the conflict that's been brewing between yourself and Minister Nyesom Wike? Because with all these sort of heated exchanges, it's starting to turn into something of an epic, isn't it? I mean, what are the issues that really challenge your relationship with him?
The primary thing is that the minister he doesn't obey the rule of law. He's autocratic. He doesn't follow any rules or any laws. And when you try to draw his attention that governance is based on laws, the rule of law, he doesn't accept that. The truth is that Abuja does not have as many laws, enabling laws, as most states. And when I tried to talk to other ministers, they said, well, the truth of the matter is that's how it is, but whether we liked the National Assembly members elected by the people of the FCT or not, we worked with them. We sat with them monthly, and they tabled the issues of the people to us. And we also tabled our legislative issues to them. When we needed laws urgently, it was up to them to make the National Assembly pass them. For instance, the FCDA, when it was created, got rid of FCT, which was a ministry, PAMSEX and all. Minister Wike has brought them all back without the enabling laws. I mean, if he wants these things, he should ask the National Assembly to create the enabling laws, but he doesn't, because he's just autocratic. He feels I can do anything. And that's how he's been governing us. And the pity of it is that he doesn't have executive powers. He derives his powers from the president. He doesn't have any executive powers.
But I mean, there was a person on the street poll that was taken recently. I don't know if you're aware of it, in the FCT, and many ordinary people said they would vote for Wike if he ran for president based simply on the things that he's done in Abuja. And they said they don't really care if some contracts have been inflated or not. What matters to them is what they can see on the ground. How much is that reality likely to send a message to Mr. Wike to continue with his influence on things? Because, I mean, let's face it, politics is about symbolism, and it's about people's gut feelings and people's sense of who is bringing in the dividends.
Well, let's put it this way. If truly Minister Wike is as popular as, I mean, you're talking about that poll, depending on who conducted the poll and how it was conducted. I'm not knocking it, but I am saying, Charles, local government elections are coming in a few months. It's usually from local government, especially ministers in the past. They know how the people feel about them. When we come to any kind of election, can he tell the people, go and do this, and they do it? If he can't, then it means that all that any minister has been doing is blustering and carrying on and just making noise. And
he did suggest that those elections were already in the bag.
Yes, he did, and we are waiting to see how he's going to achieve that. Because if I were making a list of all the things that President Tinubu has done wrong, the greatest wrong he's done to himself, the thing that has demarketed him the most, has been on Minister Wike, because FCT is a mini Nigeria. Even people who vote in other places, they live here or they come and go. And when you watch the impunity, it doesn't speak, it doesn't sell this government. The truth, as I say, the people of FCT ab initio were not really hostile to President, because we're not that way inclined. We're not focused on parties. We focus on actions and how did you govern us. But Wike symbolizes, how do I put this diplomatically? We have been, okay, let me give you an example of people you expect to vote for you. In Buari, there's a land allocated for a government general hospital. Mr. Wike revokes it, and he's having some sort of a market or mall or something put on it. Now, how do you think a people will feel who expect that at the very least maybe you'll try and build that general hospital, not take it and give it to your crony? And all these things are documented. They are not done in a hidden manner. It's all open and you can do your worst. Minister Wike has been harassing all of FCT over ground rent. In fact, he's not giving any time. If you don't pay your 2K that you owe, we will revoke your whole house for 80K or 2K or whatever the ground rent is. It varies from people to people, including embassies. Now, I have documents, and since Minister Wike is so popular, how come it's so easy to get secret documents of everything that's going on within the FCDA?
But I mean, beyond the propriety of what you're trying to do, surely widening a war with Nyesom Wike is risky, isn't it? I mean, even though I know you're not going to allow yourself to be intimidated by him, but you have total moral clarity on this and on holding both an offensive and defensive line against him?
Well, some people were saying, oh, don't shout, don't complain. That's what I was elected for. If I cannot speak, then I might as well just resign my seat. That's the way I see it. Secondly, yes, the other day I was coming back I went for oversight to Sokoto, and on the way back, a black Jeep was following me almost all the way home. I told my driver when he pointed it out to me. Yes, I said, what's the problem? Because it was a night. He said, a black car has been following us. I said, from when? He said, since we left the airport. I said, okay, don't go home. Just go to a busier Ghana street. And after a while, I told him park, and then the Jeep passed. But the truth is, I'm a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I have rights.
Indeed.
And I do not think that even with Wike's impunity, that he would try to harm me for saying you cannot do A, B, C, D. There's the UBEP.
Well, there's no allegation against him that he's
I'm not alleging anybody.
So,
I'm not afraid. It's God who protects. I have security more than the average person, and normal people go around and they get home safely. The UBEB Act of 2003 has free, compulsory, universal basic education for FCT. But the children of, is it implemented? Is there funding for it? No. These things are not optional. They are statutory. So if Wike, and that's why I'm amused that Wike decided he's picking his own senator, different from the one that was elected. The least the senator can do is tell him that you must do A, B, C, D. It is not a question of choice. Do you understand?
Yes. Is there a way to work with him? Because ultimately what people of the FCT and all of us want, and presumably you want, is good governance. And
Exactly.
There'll be better governance for the FCT if both of you work well together.
That is so. But I cannot force him. Even letters are not responded to. At least if I write, and it's my job to do so, to say A, B, C, D, I think you should do A, B, and C, the very least I expect is, even if he's too big to respond, he would have an aide who can write back to say, well, Senator Kingibe, we received your letter about so issue, and maybe we can talk about it, or no, we're still going to do it that way. And I can also tell him why, quote the laws that stop him from doing those things.
Well, I hope this gets sorted out as quickly as possible, because as we said, governance is the priority.
That is true.
We've just got about 2-3 minutes left. Let's turn briefly to you and your political direction going forward. I understand that you've defected from the fantastically beleaguered Labour Party to the new ADC coalition party. That's a fact, isn't it?
Well, I will defect,
right,
but I haven't officially done so yet.
But have you left the Labour Party?
Well,
you'd have to leave and go to another party.
But you all seem to forget that for some months now I have been partyless. If I go by a faction of Labour that says they've suspended me, but since there are two factions, our faction has also said we've suspended and expelled the other faction. So there are two clear factions of Labour Party. Untenable situation for any person seeking political office. So obviously I will defect, but I would like to do so with other senators who are...
But your direction is to the ADC.
Oh, definitely.
But is it very hard to ascertain what the coalition, that ADC coalition, stands for at the moment, beyond wanting to get rid of President Tinubu?
Well, you see, it's an evolving movement. For me, more urgently, I needed my aspirants in the FCT to have a party. We are going to area council elections. So we cannot be, at least the Labour Party aspirants cannot be in two different factions. So right now, we have, all the aspirants have taken cards in APC, they've taken tickets in ADC, and also we have a huge influx of FCT politicians joining the ADC. So we are preparing and gearing up for a major battle with APC come 2026.
Well, it'll be good. It'll be great to sort of stand and observe, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Thank you very much indeed. Senator Ireti Kingibe is the member of the Senate representing the Federal Capital Territory in the National Assembly. Great to see you again.
My take is that if there's nothing to hide, why can't everybody work together to see the betterment of this country? Why is it that a governor will rule for 8 years, for example, they go come out, all the project that is started, unfinished project, the new governor that will come will not go there, but they will start their own afresh from foundation? Why is it that in FCT, the minister, Wike, is refusing to work with the FCT senator? If they really want this country to be better, why the secrecy? What do I know? This is NAIJA Watch Media. Join us every day, 7 p.m. Nigerian time. Let's continue to talk about the things that affect you and I. Take care, guys, and bye for now.